Cang Jie created characters. A long, long time ago, there was a wise man named Cang Jie. People said he was no ordinary person because he was born with 4 eyes, each with 2 pupils. At first, everyone was amazed by his strange look. Later, when he created writing, people believed heaven had given him those special eyes so he could see more clearly and further than anyone else. At first, Cang Jie was in charge of keeping track of animals and grain for the people. He was clever and careful, and he always knew exactly how much they had. But as the herds and harvests grew larger and changed every day, it became harder to remember everything just in his head. Since there were no words, no paper, and no books, Cang Jie had to invent a way. He first tied knots and ropes, 1 knot for 1 sheep, 2 knots for 2 sheep. Later, he tried hanging shells on strings to show numbers going up and down. This worked for a while, but soon it was still too messy. One day, he saw hunters arguing at a crossroads. One said there were antelopes in the east, another swore there were deer to the north, while the third warned of tigers in the west. Cang Jie asked, "How do you know?" They all answered, "From the footprints on the ground." Suddenly, Cang Jie's eyes lit up. If footprints can stand for animals, why can't I make symbols to stand for things? From that day, he began to watch everything around him. He studied the stars in the sky, the rivers and mountains on earth, the tracks of birds and beasts, the shapes of trees and tools. Then he started to draw. A round sun became the symbol for sun. A crescent moon became the symbol for moon. Tall mountains became mountain. Flowing water became water. Cang Jie made more and more symbols, each with a clear meaning. When he showed them to the people, they could understand. Writing was born. The Yellow Emperor praised him and told him to teach every tribe. Soon, these marks spread far and wide, and life became much easier. Cang Jie never stopped creating. Sitting under trees, he thought, 1 tree is this wood. 2 trees together must mean a forest. 3 trees, an even larger forest, that could be woods. And if a man rests by a tree, that should mean a rest. Everywhere he went, he found new ideas for words. When his work was done, something magical happened. In the middle of a bright day, the sky rained down golden grains. People were overjoyed, saying it was heaven's reward for Cang Jie's great gift. From then on, that time of year was called Grain Rain, a festival marking the season of growth. From that moment, humankind stepped out of the wild and into the world of civilization. Cang Jie, the sage of writing, was remembered forever.